Now on Talking Solutions, we want to update you on what's going on with Purple Stride 2018. It's all got to do with pancreatic cancer. I want to welcome to our studio Suzanne Richardson. You've got Team Anthony for this year's event. Jeana Churchill is back with us, survivor of pancreatic cancer, and we all know there are far too few of those. And also Renae Egan, all of you involved in the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network. Suzanne, I know we haven't had you in before. I talk to all kinds of different causes with Talking Solutions. And I know that when you get involved with a cause like the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network, generally it's because you have in some way been impacted, and that's the case with you.
Yes, I lost my husband to pancreatic cancer. He was 45 years old in October of 2014. At the time, I had no clue about this organization. And I think it was Renae I bumped into at an event shortly afterwards. The things I learned, the resources available, the research they're doing, I wanted to get involved to help other people because it's an incredible organization that I really could have used back then.
In the situation with your husband, Anthony, you said 45 years old. These are people in the prime of their life. But pancreatic cancer seems really indiscriminate in the way that it steals people and so quickly. The numbers that I get every year, Renae, through you, through the Pancreatic Action Network, is we're gaining about 1% every year. I know when I first started talking about pancreatic cancer and Purple Stride several years ago, we were looking at a survival rate for 5 years with this major cancer of being just 5%. Every year up a little bit. Latest numbers I'm hearing are 9%. That's just not enough. Pancreatic cancer, the stories are heartbreaking. Jeana, you are one of the bright spots, though. I love having you in because you are what we identify as a pancreatic cancer survivor. Does that mean that you have gone at least 5 years since being diagnosed?
I am actually celebrating 7 years next month.
Yes, we need more survivors of pancreatic cancer.
It's a huge milestone for me and for our cause because that means not only do I get 7 years, maybe there are other patients that are coming up the ranks now that'll get 7 years.
That's the kind of hope that we need.
Absolutely.
We need more survivors. Pancreatic cancer is just so devastating. Also involved in Purple Stride 2018, Anderson Dairy. Chelsea was here because of her personal history with her grandfather and losing him also to pancreatic cancer. Once again, it comes back to the people who are most committed to making a difference are those who have been most impacted. In your case, Suzanne, it's because of your husband, the effect that it has on your family forever. Jeana, with you, it's what you went through personally. Mm-hmm. It's just so exciting to find survivors. What happened with you, Suzanne, after you sadly lost your husband, Anthony? I should probably reveal also that we're Facebook friends. Yes. And because of that, I see stuff that Suzanne shares with her Facebook community, and we see your daughter growing up.
Yeah, it's not been easy. My daughter was 3 at the time. She is now 6.5. She misses her daddy every night. That is a huge motivating factor for me that other children, other families shouldn't have to go through this. It is a brutal disease. I love hearing about survivors. It gives me hope. It gives me excitement because other people shouldn't have to go through this. And it's been a long haul, but one of the things I want is to make people aware. And you're right, those affected by it are very passionate about it, though it's not like breast cancer where everybody seems to know somebody and everybody wants to wear the pink and everybody wants to support. And that's not a knock on it because I do too. I support the breast cancer awareness. PanCan, it really seems to be if you weren't personally affected, people aren't as engaged. But the more and more I'm involved, the more and more I'm posting on my social pages, the more and more I'm doing stuff, the more stories I'm hearing from friends that reach out to me. An uncle was just diagnosed. A cousin's father was just diagnosed. Different people are reaching out because now it's affected them and what can they do? And I think it's more getting this organization out there so people, when they do get affected, because unfortunately it is a growing cancer, people know about it already. They don't have to, like me, I never found this resource. They have that resource already to know about.
You said your daughter was 3 when you lost your husband, and now you've got Team Anthony in this year's Pancreatic Cancer Purple Stride 2018 event, which we will get to in just a moment. At that young age, and as you said, of course she misses her dad. Is she also a passionate warrior to get people aware of what's going on? And as we say, demand better, because because we're only at the 9% survival rate 5 years into a diagnosis with pancreatic cancer.
She is our team captain. She gets excited, has been to a few of the meetings this year, and she wants to raise money. She wants to tell people about it. She wants her friends to come out to Purple Stride and walk with her, and takes a lot of pride in it because she knows she is helping other families. And as she tells me, she doesn't want anybody else to lose their daddy. She actually, for the holidays, bought me these nice purple bracelets and told me I should wear them when I go to Purple Stride things. So they are on today for her.
Pancreatic cancer does not just affect the individual who is diagnosed. It's a family thing. We can shine a light on this event. Mike and Carla from 96.3 KKLZ here in our Beasley Media family, they are so proud to participate again this year. I know they've got their own team coming up, Mike and Carla KKLZ. We'll have all of this information, as always, on our Talking Solutions Facebook page, along with a podcast of our discussion today. But really, really happy they're getting involved. And once again, we come back to the fact that when you're passionate about raising awareness and raising funds and making a difference when it comes to pancreatic cancer and the people affected, Carla has a personal connection. She had an aunt that she lost to pancreatic cancer. They're passionate behind it. Beasley Media Group is behind it. So we want to make sure that we share the details. This is the time to get signed up for the event. It's coming up on Saturday, March 24th. Same place as last year, the Green at Town Square. I can picture it in my mind. All the different tents and kiosks, different organizations, a lot of family kinship and friendship and getting to meet up with other people who either have lost loved ones to pancreatic cancer or have people that they care about who are currently fighting this horrendous condition. Of course, a lot of information. The chocolate milk, I really, really like that from Anderson Dairy. And being the nutritionist that I am, I always like to remind you that after the 5K or even the 1 mile fun run and walk, chocolate milk, good for you. Science has proven it. What else is going to be at Town Square on Saturday the 24th for this year's Purple Stride 2018?
McGruff the Detective Dog is coming back. Cosmo will be there from the Las Vegas 51s. Tracy organizes our Purple Play Zone, so there's all kinds of games and cookie frosting and ceramic painting. We have the I Love Cotton Candy truck that's going to be out there. We have Fluff Ice this year. Massage therapists have signed up to come out and do some chair massages. We have a little bit of everything for everyone, really. Pepsi's been a huge in-kind sponsor for us this year. So grateful to them.
It's going to be a nice morning event for families to do all kinds of things. So if people want to get involved, be part of the 5K.
It is a great event for families. A lot of the events, people don't bring their kids. This one, my daughter and all her little friends and a few of the other people on the committee with little kids, they just run around the grass. They go to the play zone. They do the crafts. It's great because the parents can focus on what they're there for and the kids go have a great time. And then everybody gets out there. And even if you've never done a 5K, it's an easy walk. Either way, you can get out there and participate.
Course is nice and flat. We love Town Square. We love staying there because it's good for young and old. Our survivors enjoy it. The kids enjoy it. The princess is coming back. We got face painting. There's so much.
What is the timing on it, Renae, for the morning of
Registration
the 24th?
opens at 7:30. Opening ceremonies will start at 8:15, and the run and walk begin at 9.
So basically, it's a morning thing.
Yeah.
We'll get everything done. Everybody will have fun. Everybody will be more aware and team up to be part of the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network. What do we mean by the phrase demand better?
Demand better treatments, demand better clinical trials. We want to demand better in general for our survivors, our patients, and our caregivers.
Because 9% is not
It's
acceptable.
not okay. No, 55,000 people will be diagnosed in the year 2018, and 71% of them will die this year.
Renae, you were talking in past visits about your grandmother, your deep connection to the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network.
Yeah.
In many cases, the amount of time between diagnosis and when we actually lose them, it's so quick.
With our family, we were diagnosed on March 30th, and she was gone July 9th, just 99 days. We have a team that just signed up. Their loved one was diagnosed December 4th of 2017 and passed away, unfortunately, on December 8th, 2017. Had no time for treatment options, nothing. 4 days.
It steals so many good people But Jeana Churchill is with us, pancreatic cancer survivor.
I have 7 years.
I love this. What is your story? How did you get diagnosed? As you said, 7 years. I know you remember. You're not going to forget it. I don't care how many years down the road you get.
I have this story embedded forever. I was in and out of the hospital all throughout 2010. They couldn't quite figure out what was wrong. And then March of 2011, the X-ray tech remembered me from all my many visits, asked if I had followed up on the shadow that was on one of the prior CT scans. No doctor had told me about it, so I was completely unaware, and that started the snowball, actually. It was within a couple days. I had had a biopsy, I was diagnosed, and I was left thinking, oh my gosh, I have 4 babies. I'm 38, what am I going to do? I researched doctors, clinical trials, hospitals. I didn't know about Pancreatic Cancer Action Network. The year prior to that, my best friend lost his father to pancreatic cancer, and I walked with them in their journey, still unaware of how it could affect me, and really felt like I had no place to turn. Luckily, I found Rebecca and Renee, and here we are today.
Yeah, Rebecca, Renee, and Chelsea were with us in our last discussion, and it's really important to know that there is a place. The Pancreatic Cancer Action Network is volunteer.
We have a small grassroots effort in D.C. for advocacy. We have a team in Manhattan Beach, but yes, across the country, we are definitely volunteer-driven.
And there are a lot of different events for Purple Stride 2018.
Yes.
The Las Vegas version on Saturday, March 24th at the Green at Town Square. Great place for it. And as you mentioned too, Suzanne, there's a lot of stuff for families to do with their children, and they'll have a good time. I heard something about cookie frosting. Is it going to be purple? I just want to know.
She does. She brings out different colors for the kids, but she brings out cookies and frosting, and they can paint their cookies. And I will tell you, there's more adults in their painting than there are children. Last year, she even brought cupcakes too. So
also purple.
Well, she brought the frosting that they could put on their mini cupcakes.
And I'm pushing for it to be artificial dye-free.
I go for that too.
We are trying very hard. Jazz has a childhood friend that is a cancer survivor, and we want to make sure that we provide the healthiest that we can. Obviously, of course, we're going to have I Love Cotton Candy out there and Fluff Ice, but...
Well, not everybody partakes from every offering.
That's okay.
And with that frosting that we're talking about, I know I could take blueberries and somehow turn that into a beautiful purple frosting.
Yeah.
The location where people can go online to sign up for this.
purplestride.org/Las Vegas.
Plus, there's a way that they can get a discount on the entry.
Yes, use the code PS Radio.
And that will give you a 10% discount.
Correct. Purple Stride Las Vegas 2018 is co-presented by Anderson Dairy and Optum Care Cancer Care. And we are very fortunate that we have national sponsors, and then we have local sponsors as well. And then we have some incredible media sponsors. We're very, very blessed. As far as the walk, just register, pay the participant fee, show up, walk, get a T-shirt. We have amazing bags that were donated by Optum Care this year.
Can I add one thing about this?
Sure.
Because friends ask me this. You can easily just sign up as an individual, get out there, walk, run, do it that simple, or you can fundraise. You can send out links to your friends like I do on social media, let your friends know you're doing it, ask for donations. We welcome the additional funds to help against this cause, but it's as simple as just signing yourself up. There's also fundraising opportunities where you can partner with local businesses and get them to donate back. And we do have a great support in this community of some businesses that have done that. But don't be discouraged if you've never done a walk before. Just sign yourself up and get going from there.
And if you're unable to attend this year, we have the virtual Strider option where you can register on any team, or you can just register as a virtual Strider for $10.
That's my favorite. I love to do stuff virtually online. It's all raising funds for the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network. And demanding better is getting better testing, better treatments. Certainly, we want to do everything we can to shine a light on it and raise awareness. If people have not encountered someone as far as pancreatic cancer, they probably are not aware that the 5-year survival rate is the lowest of all the major cancers, and it's only 9%.
We're the third leading cause of all cancer deaths currently, and we're projected to become the second by 2020.
That's not a ranking you want to go up in. Not at all.
You know, it's also not a pretty disease, and we say this all the time. People that have experienced it have experienced loss in such a short amount of time, and it's very devastating, so they don't want to talk about it. It's almost taboo, but we need to start talking. We need to open the conversation and let everyone know. We know what your loss was like. We know how quickly it was. We know that we don't want many more families to go through that same situation. So we need to bring the subject up, be uncomfortable, and talk about it.
That's exactly what you need to do. And I also believe that the event that's coming up on the 24th, which is Purple Stride 2018, gives people who have been affected from whatever angle with pancreatic cancer, when you say, Jeana, that they don't really want to talk about it in a lot of cases, you get a gathering where pretty much everybody there understands how you feel. I would think the floodgates open up and people start talking about it.
Absolutely. And at that point, your family. You've all experienced the same amount of destruction and all that good stuff, so you can talk about it. It's a safe place to talk about how you're feeling, what you've gone through, and other people will welcome you.
It would be a warm, comfortable place, a place where you can open up and know that the people around you understand. I would imagine some bonds are created.
Absolutely.
And some friendships. For someone who might not be interested in being part of the 5K or the 1 mile fun run and awareness walk, that should not stop them.
We need volunteers.
Ah, yes. Well, you know, as part of Talking Solutions, we always do come around and say, what can we do to help you?
We're always looking for people to get involved and volunteer, even if it's just making a phone call or dropping off flyers. It can be as simple as just coming to a meeting. Maybe you know somebody that can help us with our lists. There's so many different ways to get involved. And they can follow us at PanCan Nevada. And if they want to get involved, they can go to pancan.org/Las Vegas and click on that, and it'll get them to our volunteer chair.
And all of those links will be on the Talking Solutions Facebook page, along with the podcast of our discussion today. In studio with us, Suzanne Richardson, Jeana Churchill, and Renae Egan, all with the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network. 96.3 KKLZ, really proud to have Mike and Carla having their own team for the walk Saturday, March 24th at the Green at Town Square. All the information on our Talking Solutions Facebook page. Now, Jeana, I always take these questions across the board. What can we do to help you?
Just support PanCan. The Pancreatic Cancer Action Network is doing some incredible things, supporting the patients, the caregivers, the researchers. Definitely come out, get to know who we are, and join. Volunteer 1 day, 1 hour, whatever you can do, we'll take it.
At the event itself, do I remember a sea of purple and some white inside that group?
Everyone who registers as a participant receives purple t-shirts. Anyone who registers as a volunteer receives gray t-shirts. All survivors wear white.
That's why I'm thinking, Jeana, you're going to be there in white.
I am usually there in white. This year I will not be there, so I'll be there virtually. But definitely, if you see our survivors, give them a hug. They can always use the encouragement.
See, it's easy to figure out who's who.
It is.
And Suzanne Richardson, I'm sure you're going to be there in some way, shape, or form in purple. And we ask you the same question. As part of Talking Solutions, what can we do to help you?
I would say just continue to support this organization, continue to support PanCan, help spread the word. Jeana is a rarity. My husband was a rarity. People don't understand when I say I was lucky. My husband lasted 22 months. Most people within the first year are gone. 71% are gone in the first year. And unfortunately, it's usually in the first few months. So the more awareness we can get out there, the sooner it might be caught. My husband ignored the symptoms, thought he had the flu. Turns out it wasn't. The more people, listen to Jeana's story. They misdiagnosed her for a year they missed it. Know the symptoms. They're very vague symptoms, which is why it's so hard to catch. But be aware that pancreatic cancer is out there. Pay attention, help spread the word, and let people know if you have these symptoms, get it checked. Hopefully it's nothing, but if not, let's get on it.
As far as symptoms, what are we looking for? You were mentioning your husband, Anthony, thinking he had flu-like symptoms.
Yep. My husband threw up. Then, ironically, myself, my daughter, my mother all got the flu that week, so we thought he gave it to all of us.
Made perfect sense.
A couple weeks later, he was still throwing up off and on. And he finally went, and at first they thought it was stones, and they went in there and they saw it wasn't. But, some people just don't feel well. There's jaundice. There's feeling run down.
And jaundice comes in different ways. Normally you think jaundice is just your skin. For me, it was my eyes.
Mine too. I had it with a different condition when I was a teenager.
I kept telling the eye doctor, there's something wrong. My eyes are yellow. And he's like, oh, there's dust in the valley.
Right.
Every excuse, you're too young. It could be this. It could be that. And honestly, it was asthma. My asthma symptoms exacerbating. And that's how it was caught on a CT scan.
Wow. The awareness just isn't high enough. And I know as the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network, you guys are all working to raise that awareness so other people don't have to experience the same things you have experienced. And it's going to be a great day to raise awareness even further with Purple Stride 2018. Saturday, March 24th, Town Square at the Green. A lot of things going on. Good family event. Even if you're not walking, come out and find out about it. Pancreatic cancer. It's so important for us to raise awareness.
If somebody is currently looking, has been diagnosed, or their family is looking for answers or caregivers, they can reach out to our Patient Central team. It's completely confidential. Once they call and they get acquainted with them, they get the same person every single time they call. And it can be the patient, it can be the caregiver, it can be the spouse, it could be anyone calling for anything such as nutrition, clinical trials, anything like that at 877-2-PAN-CAN.
877-2-PAN-CAN. Like everything else, it'll be on the Talking Solutions Facebook page. Bottom line, the survival rate for pancreatic cancer, it's increasing every year, but it's not acceptable. We need to raise awareness, get more people involved. Purple Stride 2018 is Saturday, March 24th. Mike and Carla from 96.3 KKLZ have their own team. We're all backing it. And if you want more information, come to our Talking Solutions Facebook page. We got the podcast of the interview as well. Suzanne Richardson, Jeana Churchill, and Renee Egan. Thank you so much for joining us today on Talking Solutions.
Thank you. Thanks for all your support.
Talking Solutions is a production of the Community Relations Department here at Beasley Media Group Las Vegas. Get more information on today's topic on our Talking Solutions page on Facebook, where you will also find links and a podcast of today's show. Thanks for listening, and have a great week.